this year, something that I'm super excited about is going to be our Gen 2 dots, right? So we have Sentinel 2 here today. Liberty and Justice 2 are on the way. We're looking at spring, summer release for not only these dot sights, but also all of the products that we're talking about today. Like I said, spring, summer of this year is gonna be really exciting for us.
Massive, a lot of stuff coming out.
So in terms of differences between Sentinel 1 and Sentinel 2, you'll obviously see that the actual hood profile is a little bit thicker and a little bit wider. Reason being is because Sentinel 1 had that 16mm window size. Sentinel 2 has a 20mm window size. So we've been able, we've been able to really bump the window size up without compromising your confidence and the effectiveness of concealed carry, right? So you don't have to worry about this printing when you're actually carrying, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, I see that it has a nice sleek body, even though it is a lot chunkier, but you can tell that it's chunkier in the right places. It makes sense.
Exactly.
But I don't think you're gonna print much with that from the original Sentinel 1.
Exactly. And the really good thing about this guy is the fact that we've actually recessed the glass back into the actual optic body itself. Reason being is because obviously on the first gen, we had those iron side shields that came out. This kind of takes the place of that, right? So you're really able to do a lot of offhand racking techniques, barricade racking, table racking, what have you.
Pretty much anything. Whenever you guys see this, the optic's huge and you can tell it's thick. It's made to rack stuff off of, but you can tell the glass is protected by it. Like I mentioned, it seems like it's in the center of protection and protection. It's perfect, and I think that's going to be huge.
Exactly, and in addition to that, what a lot of customers have been asking us is to actually move away from the bottom mount battery. Unfortunately, that would be hard without compromising the actual battery life of the Sentinel.
Makes sense.
Sentinel right now is marketed as about a 2-year real world battery life, right? About 50,000 hours of intermittent shake and wake use. So basically, if we were to move away from that bottom mount 2032 battery, we'd be compromising that battery life. And for someone who's going to be concealed carrying this every day or carrying this on some sort of firearm that they're taking with them in a bag, in a truck, what have you, they need the max amount of battery life possible because, you know, at the end of the day, if they need it, they need it.
You don't want to have to worry about your battery dying. I know a lot of people change their batteries yearly. That's going to take the place out of that. So with the 2 years or 50,000 hours, it'll be a lot less work for them to do.
Exactly. And something else that's really cool that we've been working on is actually the patent pending feature of adding a rear iron sight into the actual optic itself. So a lot of people have asked us to do notching marks on the back of the optic. A lot of people have asked us to integrate some sort of sight, but you know, we really wanted to do it right. And so basically we're working on this patent pending design that basically integrates this rear iron sight, but it is removable. So for the pistols that you aren't going to be removing that rear iron sight with that base plate, you can just take this guy right out, right?
Especially if you don't want it, that makes sense.
And the good news is, the fact that this is a removable rear iron sight, there is possibilities of some additional taller iron sights, mid heights, suppressor heights. There's also some possibilities of going with some other directions like tritium inlay or fiber optic.
Which people love options, so the fact that you can go up, I don't see too many people suppressing that, but you know, there is that community out there that's definitely going to want to throw a suppressor on there. So to give them their fuzzies, their warm and fuzzies, having suppressor height sights for that would be awesome added into that system.
Exactly, and this guy is only going to come in manual to start, but you do have that shake and wake feature that's on there. So basically, after a long day, I'm going to take my gun out, I'm going to set it on my nightstand, and I'm going to go to bed. After about 4.5 minutes, this guy's going to go into a sleep mode, where then it helps me conserve my battery life, right? Once it senses any movement at all, if I draw it, if I touch it, if I bump the nightstand, it will power back on to the last brightness setting, and I'm ready to rock and roll. So if I hear a bump in the night, I'm grabbing this and I'm going, because I know that it's going to be on.
And it'll probably be nice for most people like myself. I have it in the mid setting. I could even extend the life of the battery, so then maybe out of 2 years, I can maybe crank out 3 or more.
Exactly. And kind of just going back to the iron sight thing, so relatively speaking, if for example your dot ever does go down, you don't have to worry because you have that iron sight there. So not only does that help with quick target acquisition, quick dot acquisition, it also allows you for backup, right?
You know, everybody wants that backup. A lot of people are moving over to the dots and completely getting rid of irons, but that community is kind of split because some people do want to have the iron because they want to make sure that they have everything for every event. So.
Exactly. And the good news about this guy is the MSRP point of it is not going to be much different than the current generation of the Sentinel. We're looking between $249 and $269. So you're still going to be getting a really good optic for a fantastic price. And in addition to that, Sentinel 2 is not the only second generation dot sight that we're working on. We're actually also working on Liberty and Justice 2, And those guys are going to be really cool because we're really pushing the limits with what we're working with, right?
Gotcha.
So the current generation of Liberty and Justice, Liberty has a 22 millimeter window size and Justice has a 27.
Okay.
Liberty 2 is going to be moving to a 24 millimeter window size,
Nice.
and Justice 2 is going to be moving all the way up to a 30 millimeter window size.
33 is huge, or 30 is huge. Like I said, I was doing some research last night, and your competitors they're sitting at 25 and below. So it's definitely going to open the area for people to use it. I know a lot of competition shooters are moving over to they're wanting a big window, so I think that's going to sit perfect there. But even for your average person that just wants something larger, that's going to be amazing for them.
Yeah, exactly. And the good thing about Liberty and Justice 2, we're working on a multi-reticle system for that guy. So we're talking fine point dot, circle dot, and just a circle.
Nice.
Makes these guys perfect from anything from a pistol to a carbine to a shotgun and anything in between.
Geez, that's going to be legit.
Exactly.
That's gonna be nice. I'm excited for that.
And the good news is all of those optics are going to be incorporated with that shake and wake technology that all of our customers have really come to know and love.
Yeah.
It's going to have those manual button presses on the side. And relatively speaking, if you take a look at Sentinel 2, the actual optical design of Liberty Justice 2 is going to be about the same.
Okay.
Right?
So even beefed up more, which is going to add to that durability.
They mistress. Diamonds they wear like a